Hey, Soul Food family, how is everyone? I hope that this message finds you well, that you're having a great day, and that you receive this message if it is for you. Because I realize that not all of my messages are for everyone. So I've already prayed to allow this message to meet whoever the words, the lesson, the wisdom is for. Hi, I'm Ray, and I really want to speak about something that I literally just heard. I was just watching a video, and I want to speak about it because it resonates with the conversations that I've been having. I've been having conversations for months, for weeks, about or around this subject. And so I'm going to read what I heard. I was watching someone that I follow on YouTube, and she's actually like a tarot reader, and she's actually one of my favorites. And so she said something that really resonated with me. So I just want to share it. What she was talking about was codependency and people that have gripes about being abandoned. That was like the basis of the subject that she was talking about. But she really went into it. And she said, you get hurt, or we get hurt. And in a balanced universe, you get hurt and you heal. You get hurt and you heal. You get hurt and you heal. But humans like to hurt and remain hurt. Kind of sort of like going around showing your ID, like, hi, I've been hurt. Hi, I've been hurt. Hi, I've been hurt. And, walking on eggshells and never heal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just part of their essence. Like, this is just something that permeates from them. And I totally can resonate with that because that was me at one time. And so I know that cycle of being mishandled, abused, mistreated, unloved, and just feeling like a victim. But the one thing that she said that was so profound, and it reminded me of something that my bishop said years ago. And I'll tell you about that in a second. But the one thing that she said that is so true and so necessary in this day and time is when you hurt, let me say it this way, in a balanced universe, you get hurt and you heal. In a balanced universe, you get hurt and you heal. In a balanced universe, you get hurt and you heal. And so the reason why I said that resonated with me so much, and it's been part of several conversations that I've been having, not just for the past weeks, for the past months. Actually, let me not even say that. I have been having these type of conversations with clients, with friends, with associates forever. Ever since I heard, hear me now, I heard what my bishop was saying. So I was in church one day. I don't remember what year this was. This was a long time ago. It probably was before 2014, I'm assuming. I don't even really know. But I was in church, and my routine in church was to make sure that I always had a journal, a notebook, whatever you want to call it, a pen, and something to write on, because whatever came out of my bishop's mouth was always a teaching lesson. She wasn't preaching, she was teaching. And by the way, my bishop's name is Dr. Barbara Lewis King, who passed away, I believe, in 2020 at the age of 96. So wisdom galore, right? And so one day we are in church, and she is speaking about forgiveness. And this is paraphrasing because this is not exactly what she said. And I think I will see, because I'm not sure, but I'll see if I can find exactly what she said. She had a YouTube channel, but I'm not even sure how far back the YouTube channel goes. So I'm just saying this to preface. But basically what she was saying was, I know that you have people in your life. It could be your parents, or it could be your grandparents, or it could be family members, brothers and sisters, things of that nature, that you have not, been treated well by, or have hurt you, or betrayed you, or whatever the case may be. She said, but, when it comes to your parents and grandparents, maybe not so much brothers and sisters because they might be the same age as you, but when it comes to your grandparents and grandparents, 9 times out of 10, those people are not going to change. They're set in their ways. This is what they believe. This is how they've lived their life all this time. We're talking about, 70, 80, 90-year-olds, or whatever the case may be, maybe even 60-year-olds. And the best thing for you to do, and I don't even think she said that, the best thing, I think she just said, what you need to do is you need to forgive them, and you personally need to change. For me, I don't know when you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, but for me, in that moment, I was so pissed. I was livid because I was just like, why? Like, I literally was just born, right? Literally, not even just that. I was literally born and then adopted. So obviously, most people think when you adopt someone, like, I'm not going to say most people think, but some people think when you adopt someone, you love them, you cherish them, maybe it's a situation that you couldn't have children, whatever it is, right? But that's not always the case, right? And so for me, I'm like, I was a child, like I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? I just have been treated this way forever. And like, why do I still have to do work? Like, I have to forgive? Like, so I left church that day and, wrote down the scriptures, wrote down the notes and stuff that she was saying. But yeah, I was pissed. And I was pissed for a while. But the more that I thought about it, after I calmed down or whatever, the more that I thought about it, I was like, this does make sense. So, because if I want to continue to live my life in a different way than the way that I have been living, or the way that I have been like moping and going on and on about this, that, or the other, because, a lot of times people think that when you have these situations, they happen like when you were younger. But what happens is as you grow up, it still follows you, especially if you don't heal, right? You hurt and you heal. Back, when I was younger or whatever, or like in my 20s and stuff, like, first of all, I didn't even really learn about any of this stuff until I started going to her church. Like, definitely there were things that I was doing, books that I was reading, shows that I was watching. I was going to different conferences and things of that nature. But it really wasn't until I started getting into not necessarily the word, but the words, the actions, and a mixture of spirituality and, I'll just leave it at that. A mixture of spirituality and just basic common sense and wisdom. And so, so anyway, I thought about it and I thought about it and I calmed down and I was like, okay, so how do I do that? Like, how do I go about doing that? So there was a lot of like reading my Bible. There was a lot of reading certain books. There was a lot of journaling. There was a lot of praying and asking and surrendering. But eventually I got to the point where I really could forgive, because another thing that she told us, and I don't know if she told us in that particular sermon or teaching or whatever, was that forgiveness is not for the other person. The forgiveness is for us. Forgiveness is for you, and you, right? Forgiveness is not so you can let the other person off the hook and all of this nonsense, but forgiveness is so that you can like really just allow your shoulders to drop and for you to just leave that alone. Let it go. And I think that's why it's so important for you to have your own personal relationship with God, because when you have your own personal relationship with God, you can give it to Him and surrender and surrender and surrender. However long it takes you to surrender, for you to feel better and for your shoulders actually to drop, for you to relax and for you to understand that people do control you. And you could be talking about someone that you haven't talked to in 10 years, but that person is still controlling you because you still have feelings, emotions, words, stories, and all these other things about that particular instance or those particular instances, abuse, this, that, and the other, right? And so that person is still living within you, whereas they have gone on about their lives 9 times out of 10. So it's really our own personal work. It's our own personal healing. It's our own personal coming to grips with what it is that we are doing to ourselves. Because unless you're being, abused or mistreated right now in this instance, if this is something that happened a long time ago, this is definitely something that you need to find a place in your heart, in your soul, in your mind to forgive. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for taking so long to get to this place. Forgive yourself for hurting yourself, right? And I know in the very beginning, when you're immediately hurt, or someone does something to you, it's probably not the right time to be talking about forgiveness and letting it go and things of that nature. But allow me to plant a seed. Allow this to plant a seed in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, that forgiveness is only for you. It's only for you. So I really just wanted to share that. There's more that I wrote down. But yeah, I really just wanted to share that. I will elaborate on more that she said, but I just want to repeat that statement when she said, in a balanced universe, you hurt and you heal. And so I'm so passionate about healing because, first and foremost, I know how much it's done for me. I know how much it's changed me. I know how much it's changed my mindset. I know how much it's helped me. And the only way that I have been able to heal, the only way that I have been able to move past my hurt is through my relationship with God. It all goes hand in hand, in my personal opinion. And so if there's someone out there that's listening to what it is that I'm saying, because there's certain things that you can do to make yourself feel better, probably for a while, right? Maybe a day, a week, or something like that. But if you want true healing, If you want true happiness, if you want true peace of mind, work needs to be done. And you need to find someone that can walk you through that work. Because I might not be the person for you, but if you feel like I am, from whatever it is that you've seen that I've done in the past or from this message alone, then contact me. My contact information is in the description of this recording, and we can take it from there. But I just really wanted to share this. One of the things that I was referring to earlier is I've been talking and having conversations recently and in the past, but a lot recently, about dysfunctionality inside of your family and how the one person or the two people or whatever the case may be within that family, the generational curse breakers or whatever it is that you want to call them, are just having a really, really, really hard time moving away from how it is that they've conducted themselves up to this point and how they want to conduct themselves going forward. And it's not an easy job, but it's something that can be done. And so when I heard Alex say this, there was more that she said, and I'll share it in another recording. But I just really wanted to get this out because it was it was just sitting on my soul, that not to keep it to myself, but also to let people know that you're not the only one, right? There are people out here that have had beautiful, families and have had great experiences with their family, but that's not always the case. And it's not a bad thing. It's just your personal truth. And it's not about making someone else look bad or talking about someone or whatever. This is your own personal truth. It's your story. And if you actually want to share it or express it or whatever, it's your right? Because it's not about everyone else. If that's the case, you still would be putting someone else before you because such and such shouldn't be said or blah, blah, whatever, right? It's not about that person. It's about you. And if you are sharing your own personal experience, that is something that is going to heal you, empower you, uplift you, and help you overall in every facet of your life, to be honest with you. Every facet of your life. So I digress. I really just wanted to come on today and to share this with you, because I'm all about healing. I'm all about growth. I'm all about upliftment, but I'm also very adamant about the work. I'm also very adamant about the work. So I'm going to leave this message here, and I will dive a little bit more into the notes that I wrote down. But I hope that if this message resonated with you, if you have a story that you want to tell or you want to express yourself, please do so in the comments. I read all of the comments. I know that I have been in and out, and that's because I've been going through my own personal healing process, and it has been going on for a couple of years now, honestly. But yeah, I really want to be here for my audience, for my tribe, and stay tuned because there's more to come. So have a great one, and this is Ray signing out. Thank you, Soul Food family.